The Cubs squander their series against the Colorado Rockies, but they were able to manage a win in the final game in Colorado. Now they come back home for 3 games against the A's and 4 against the Washington Nationals. We're going to talk about that and more on this edition of the Cubs Baseball Channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Get in that comment section. Let us know how you feel about this team as the season winds down. Just 13 games to go. Here's your invitation to our show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Cubs Baseball Channel. My name is Anthony Pasquale. You can find me on Twitter at ant_Pasquale3. Thank you guys for joining us here to talk a little Cubs baseball. You can also follow us here on the Cubs Baseball Channel on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok. So make sure to follow us along on those channels so you can join us as we chat about the Cubs on those different platforms, post different things and things of that nature. But the Cubs win the final game against the Rockies this season, 6-2. They finished the season series against the Rockies 4-2. They swept them at Wrigley back in April and then lost 2 out of 3 here in Colorado. But a good closing game for the Chicago Cubs, and a big reason why is Kyle Hendricks. Kyle Hendricks got the win, his 4th of the season. He went 6 innings, got a quality start, only allowed 1 run. 3 walks, 2 hits, had 7 strikeouts in the ball game. He earned his 97th win in his illustrious Cubs career. And as his season winds down and potentially his career in Chicago, congratulations to him for win number 97. I think mathematically he might have 2 starts left to go. But a really good story, Kyle Hendricks, of course, not having his best season, but still battling, going out there, giving the Cubs everything he's got, and has been pitching much better as of late. Less than 2 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts. This one might have been one of his best starts of the season. Comes away with the win, lowers his season ERA a little bit. So good job by Kyle Hendricks, able to extend the game and get it to the bullpen. Ethan Roberts and Keegan Thompson both had an inning of relief, and then Tyson Miller got the save in the pen. It got a little dicey in the 9th, which has been the case for this Cubs team a lot this season, but they did come away with the win. I want to talk about the Cubs rookies, Michael Busch and Pete Crow-Armstrong, both of whom hit a few milestones in the game yesterday. Let's talk about Michael Busch first. Busch had a really strong game, 3 for 5 with 2 runs, 3 runs knocked in, including 2 home runs. Both of those home runs reach him to 20 home runs on the season, which is a really strong rookie season for Michael Busch, of course. One of the best rookies in the National League, without a doubt, and one of the only few that have been better is on his team in Shota Imanaga. And then Pete Crow-Armstrong, who has already been over 25 steals, hit his 10th home run of the season, meaning he's got 10 home runs and 25 plus stolen bases on the year. He's the only rookie with those numbers in the entire league. So congratulations to both Michael Busch and Pete Crow-Armstrong, as Busch has eclipsed 20 home runs on the season. Pete Crow-Armstrong, 10 double digits for the lefty Hollywood Pete. Cubs have had 3 really strong rookies this year: Shota Imanaga, Michael Busch, and Pete Crow-Armstrong. And as you look forward to next year, you hope that you can get a more influx of rookies with Matt Shaw and Owen Casey and Kevin Alcantara, James Triantos, Cade Horton, among other guys who are raking in AAA and potentially coming up to the big league soon, as the Cubs have 8 top 100 prospects, and 7 of which are playing currently in AAA Iowa. With the win, the Cubs move to 76, and 73. They got 2 runs in the 3rd thanks to a Michael Busch single that drove in a run. Nico Horner also knocked in a run there in that 3rd inning. In the 7th, Michael Busch hit a solo shot. In the 9th, he had another solo shot, and Pete Crow-Armstrong came up and delivered a 2-run whack, and the Cubs beat the Rockies 6-2, out-hit the Rockies 11-4, and the Cubs played a really strong game front to back. You would have loved to get 1 or 2 more out there in Colorado, but they finished the road trip with the Dodgers and the Rockies at even, and then come back home here to take on the A's for 3, the Nationals for 4, then head to Philly for 3, and then head to back home for the Reds for 3 more. So only 13 games left of the season. And with that, the Cubs are in second place, 5 games back of the NL wild card last spot, as the Mets and Braves both lost yesterday. As the Cubs take on the A's this week at Wrigley Field, the Mets take on the Nationals. The Braves have one more against the Dodgers, and then they play the Reds. So we'll keep an eye on those as well. But as it stands, the Cubs, although they're 3 games over 500, have just a 0.1% chance to make these playoffs. They do take on the A's, however, tonight at Wrigley Field. Shota Imanaga on the mound for Chicago, 13-3 on the season with a 3.03 ERA. He has just been excellent all season long, up against Joey Estes, who is 7-7 with a 4.36 ERA. The Cubs are getting their first crack at Estes. Isaac Paredes does have 1 hit against him, or 1 at bat, I should say, against him in his career. And the A's have not faced Shota Imanaga yet. So it should be interesting. Shota Imanaga's numbers are excellent against teams that are facing him for the first time. So hopefully the Cubs can get a win here at Wrigley Field as they close out their second to last homestand of the season. But guys, thanks so much for joining us here on the Cubs Baseball Channel. Always enjoy talking about our favorite team. Unfortunately, playoff chances don't look too great, but as we are Cubs fans, we're pretty used to saying there is always next year. Keep liking and subscribing, getting in that comment section, following us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and hopefully we'll be talking to you guys tomorrow after a Cubs W. Go Cubs.